Dirty royal traitors. Eugenie and Beatrice shake hands with Meghan and Harry to stabbing Duchess Kate in the back. Are the York sisters now on Team Sussex? When the Duchess of Cambridge wed Prince William in 2011 and officially joined the royal family, it marked the end of a long struggle with Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. Indeed, palace insiders say that when Kate was still just William's university girlfriend, Beatrice and Eugenie were frightfully snobbish about her middle-class background and rather jealous of all the attention a commoner was getting. Thanks to plenty of patience from Kate, she eventually got on the side with her cousins-in-law. In fact, they became rather friendly. Now the Duchess is starting to suspect that she had the wrong end of the stick all along, especially with Eugenie publicly palling about with her Duchess of Sussex girlfriend, despite Meghan's many attacks on the Cambridges. Kate reportedly raised an eyebrow when Eugenie spoke out in support of Dear Meghan's 40th birthday initiative earlier this month. But that was nothing when she later learned that Eugenie might be helping Prince Harry with his upcoming memoir. The tell-all, ghostwritten by J.R. Moringer, will be the first in a rumored $55 million four-book deal. Naturally, Kate is dreading that bloody book, says a source, as it will almost certainly take aim at her husband. It's a real about-face from Eugenie. Previously, it was widely thought that Eugenie was furious at Harry and Meghan for overshadowing her wedding day and her son August's birthday by sharing their own pregnancy news. At the time, the announcements were seen as a major familial betrayal. Eugenie and Kate's assumptions and Beatrice's new loyalty to Meghan has many people scratching their heads. Some have even wondered aloud if Meghan has something over Eugenie. But either way, Eugenie has lost Kate's trust for now. Understandably, insiders say the whole situation made for a rather tense showdown with Kate, Bea, and Eugenie visited the Queen at Balmoral Castle last week, along with the rest of the extended family. Kate feels like she has to watch what she says in case she gets twisted and gets sent back to Meghan, continues the source. It's an uncomfortable feeling that she hasn't had with the York girls for 10 years now, and she hates how it makes her feel. It's a real shame, too, because Kate imagined that she would become closer with Eugenie now that she's a mum, and Beatrice has one on the way. It feels like Kate's caught up in a silly high school clique war. On the other side, with the Sussexes, Meghan Markle found it boring doing things quietly, as our working royals do, without the accolade and the attention that she craves. Also, more importantly, she saw being a royal as a brand that she could use for personal gain. Our royal family never do this, nor do they seek celebrity status. They only do things to help charities and institutions to raise awareness and funds. I get the impression that Meghan found the experience and expectations of working royalty rather too demanding and boring, and when she couldn't cope with her defense was to mask deep humiliation from her failure to thrive through outright vindictiveness. Getting her own back from a safe distance is easiest and most cowardly way of displacing deep personal humiliation. And the year was up on April 1st, 2021. Harry lost all of his honorary military titles and ranks, and they both lost their patronages. Prince Charles quit subsidizing them, so they are pretty much on their own. They are very unhappy about all of this. Harry claims that the Oprah interview was retaliation because Her Majesty removed his military titles. And during the interview, he complained that Prince Charles had quit sending money. Can you imagine a 30-plus-year-old man whining because daddy cut off his allowance? The situation isn't at all what they wanted. The plan was to be senior working royals and that were half in and half out. They wanted to pick and choose their tours, appearances, etc., continue to receive their annual payments from Prince Charles, and have their office staff and all of the other perks. Unfortunately for them, the Queen quickly put an end to that plan and gave them a year to decide if they were all in or out. Being petty and vindictive, they used that year to make spiteful remarks on various platforms, rather than getting settled and seeing if living in California and being self-supporting was going to be what they actually could achieve. I'm sure that there were some parts of their reality that they could love. Overall, though, I suspect that they miss pageantry, attention, and easy access to, well, just about anything, and their little hearts desired and are therefore somewhat bitter and unhappy a great deal of the time. Apparently, nobody bothers to tell them to be careful what they wished for, as they just might get it. As much as I'd like to see them fail, I hope they find a niche for themselves so they can stop torturing both families. Unfortunately, I think their main strategy over time is that Harry will have some wistful moments thinking of his former life. But I see him losing his accent, getting fatter and balder, and just following orders. She, on the other hand, is probably in panic mode and will continue to be everywhere until she gets that revenue stream they desperately need. If it's about merchandising, then so be it. But the question is, how can we stop this obsession with the Markles? If Mrs. Markle and Harry the Juggler drop their hate campaign against the Queen, the royal family, Great Britain, and its people, then maybe the criticism will stop. However, that still leaves all the unretracted insults and unanswered lies to be addressed. Then, how about the creative accounts in their charities? The bullying, flying from coffee cups, smashed plates, bite marks, and missing jewelry. Seen my tiara, anyone? To be explained. Then, finally, an agreement that they accept professional help for mental health issues and anger management. Deal with that list, Meghan and Harry, and then we'll see where we are. But not until you pair of malevolent troublemaking liars. In my opinion, there's no way for anyone to stop the obsession that people have with the Markles, especially the ones that support their every whim and desire. For me, they are the absolute most despicable people on this planet and should be locked away in some dungeon where they can spread all their lies that they want to each other. The way the Markles treated our queen, a 95-year-old monarch, was the lowest anyone could go, and they continue to harass her and disrespect her royal family. This forum is at least a place where people can go and read and write what others are feeling about the duo. Me personally, I'm waiting for her to be thrown to the curb, like she discarded most of her family and is working on her husband to discard his family. Pay enough and you can get your name in lights anywhere you want. Meghan is paying a fortune to the 8 employees of Archwell as well as to Sunshine Sachs to keep her name in the media. How they do it is up to the PR teams because it seems that she is doing absolutely nothing at all the moment the warrant the publicity that she is getting. When she stops making headlines day after day, the public will stop talking about them. If we are obsessing about the Markles, it's because Meghan wants to be the subject of conversation, the most famous person on the planet, so we are playing into her hands. Perhaps we should just stop calling them Harry and Meghan and instead call them something completely different, like Fred and Jane. Sorry to the Freds and Janes everywhere. That way, the hits on their names will diminish and panic might set in the couple, and they will see interest in them wanes. Fame is all Meghan wants. She told her father that when she was quite young, "I want to be famous," is what she apparently said to him. Well, she's made it, but just as quickly as real fame came to her, it can diminish. And by not using their names, perhaps we could go a long ways towards that day.